So whenever we get some new Smash information, I always do one of these videos just going over where we're at with Smash speculation. However, I already did one of these Smash leaks, rumors, theories, videos after Steve's reveal. But we learned so much in the actual Mr. Sakurai Presents video we got 2 days after Steve's reveal. I'm doing one of these again for everything we just learned. Mostly the Mii costumes we got revealed, but there is a lot to unpack from that, surprisingly. I'm not going to repeat the stuff that I said in the first video here, though I'm sure many of those leaks and rumors and theories will be touched upon again at some point in future videos, as there's some really good stuff in that video. Specifically, there's some great evidence for Ryu Hayabusa coming to Smash, Vergeben's Minecraft content finally coming to fruition, Master Chief and Doom Guy where they stand, and some Kako Malo speculation and my thoughts on Geno and stuff. So today's video is sort of going to be a companion piece to that other video, but if you want to be fully caught up with where Smash speculation is, I suggest you watch both videos. There's some really good stuff in that last one. So like I said, today's video is about speculating what we learned from the 45-minute long Mr. Sakurai Presents Steve and Alex video. Mostly it's going to involve speculation based on those Mii costumes that got revealed, but first let's talk about a couple other interesting things we saw. This presentation was filmed in mid-August, and some people noticed Sakurai apparently hasn't finished the ARMS Spirit Board yet, which is kind of funny to me. We got to see Minecraft Kirby, and he is square. It's kind of cute. And it was confirmed there are only 7 songs from Minecraft, and sadly they aren't even from the main game. Over on Twitter, we've been wondering for quite a while why gliding was left over in Smash Ultimate's code, but considering Steve has been in the works for 5 years, it's very likely they were just prepping for him. And surprisingly, Steve of all characters seems to be bringing back the gliding mechanic. And we found out Steve's release date is October 13th, so a little while left still before we can try out Steve ourselves. On Twitter, @Raven_Switch420 wrote, "I know you saw that. During the stream, he said, Genomancer from Final Fantasy, Square is still on board. It's reaching time." I wrote back, Geomancer, not Genomancer, but yeah, Square still mentioned here. Geomancers from Final Fantasy were brought up. Sakurai is a gaming fan and can mention anything, of course, and Final Fantasy is in Smash with Cloud and stuff, but still somewhat interesting, something Square Enix was brought up here. We have had 2 Square Spirit events during the second Fighters Pass already, so someone from Square coming at some point during the second Fighters Pass seems pretty likely. We got to see some new amiibo the entire rest of Fighter Pass 1 actually. Banjo is my personal favorite here, and I love that they used a Jiggy on his base. Over on Twitter, G. William wrote, "So with Amiibo Theory, it looks like Fighter 8 won't be until 2021. I wonder if we could still get a reveal at the Game Awards though. Thoughts?" I said, yeah, maybe a Joker situation where the reveal happens at the Game Awards and the release/Sakurai Presents is a few months later. And that's true, these aren't coming out until some point in 2021, and Amiibo Theory has been extremely good at benchmarking to figure out the time frame for when we should expect to get characters for Smash. So likely we won't get anyone until 2021, at least not released. Maybe an early reveal could happen at something like the Game Awards, like I said, on December 10th, and then release a few months later. It's a possibility, I suppose. We also found out Byleth will only have the Player 1 version for their amiibo. This happened with Hero, so I guess it's to be expected going forward. Steve is being called Steve and Alex, so I'm unsure if maybe that amiibo will have both of them on one stand. Otherwise, the Steve amiibo might be rather bland. Of course, Byleth has both the male and female alts on their website image, so who knows. M-Theory continues with this presentation once again. For those unfamiliar, the North American version of the Smash presentations do not have the logos for their series when they show the full Fighters Pass. Whereas when the Fighters Pass is shown in the presentations in other parts of the world, the series logos are there. So no Minecraft logo was seen on the Fighters Pass. It, however, does show up later on in the presentation with the Mii costumes, but more on that in a bit. Over on Discord, Octopuppet wrote, "Let me lay it out. There are 2 parts to M-Theory. The first part was that the logos for M-rated characters can't appear because it will increase the rating of the video. That part is true and was confirmed by the ESRB. Travis fits into this part. And I'll talk more about Travis in a little bit. The second part was that Min Min not having the ARMS logo next to her on the pass image was in preparation for an M-rated character being in the pass with her. However, now that the 2 passes have been shown together on screen, it's possible that wasn't included for Min Min for consistency between the 2 when shown together. So it's still missing from everyone because of Joker, not necessarily because of someone else coming in the future. An M-rated character is absolutely still possible, and many of them are still likely. I just don't think it's as much of a certainty as it was before today. So that's very interesting. We did get both the first and second pass shown together in one image. So they might have just removed the logos for consistency because Joker comes from an M-rated game. Either way, though, I think an M-rated character seems likely for the second pass at some point, so M-Theory does explain why those mature-rated games aren't getting their logos shown in these presentations, at least. At Nintendo FG also pointed out, something interesting to note, they added suggestive themes to the ESRB notes. I'm unsure why that would have been added myself, but yeah, it is added on there. Sakurai also directly addressed the online issues with Smash Ultimate and said they'll continue to improve things behind the scenes. So I'm very glad to hear this is a serious concern and hopeful Ultimate's online will be better in the future. Over on Twitter, Matthew Ryan Ghoststick wrote me, "Hey, PapaGenos, longtime watcher here. I don't claim to have any insider info or anything, so this is merely speculation, but I've been noticing a lot of attention being given to online experience of Smash lately. I understand that it's probably because everyone's at home, but what if there's an ulterior motive here? What if Sakurai and his team are preparing to unleash a character upon us that is heavily dependent on a good online connection and less lag? Like, perhaps a character with a mechanic that requires well-timed button presses to increase the effects of their attacks. That would be severely hampered by a poor online experience. I can think of at least one character that fits that bill, and we still haven't seen his Mii costume yet." I wrote back, "I assume it's simply because everyone is home and the online experience isn't that great, it being basically the only way for many people to play Smash right now. Has Sakurai attempting to fix it? But you aren't wrong about a timed attacks character needing good online." The hypothetical timed attacks character we are both alluding to here is Geno. Mario RPG has timed attacks, and that's often brought up when Geno's movesets are being discussed. Speaking of Geno, he has once again survived. The extra Mii Fighter costumes round 7 did not include Geno, so the fate of his Smash 4 Mii costume remains a mystery. We also did not get a Kako Demon or Mallow Mii costume, so Kako Mallow also remains a mystery. Check out my After Steve's Reveal video for my thoughts on where the Kako Mallow leak stands these days. Okay, so let's talk about what costumes we did get here in the extra Mii costumes round 7. We did, in fact, get 6 costumes alongside Steve, so Pin Shadow's speculation about that odd numbering of the photo contest images was correct in assuming 6 costumes were coming. So let's go over them each individually. Surprisingly, there's a lot to be said about these 6 costumes and what they could mean for Smash speculation. First off, the biggest character deconfirmation to come from this is that Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes got a Mii costume. So let's start with that. Travis Touchdown has been heavily speculated about recently, and I thought he was incredibly likely to be a playable fighter. However, he is instead a Mii costume. I've heard some tinfoil hat theorizing it could be a fake out because No More Heroes has that sort of humor where they could see Travis showing up after he got a Mii costume and breaking the fourth wall and mentioning it or something. However, I feel that might be seen as rather sneaky to sell a Mii costume and then sell the fighter. People might not appreciate that. Personally, I'm not going to hold out hope for Travis being playable now that we've seen the Mii costume. I find it kind of funny my video about the 7-Eleven ad in Japan had both Travis and Steve on the thumbnail, and of course Travis and Steve both happened here. The thumbnail also has Geno, of course, but it's just kind of cool to me that those two were being speculated around the same time together and actually both showed up here. The main reason we were speculating Travis might be a playable fighter was because Suda51, who had previously been very vocal about wanting Travis in Smash, was asked about him in regards to Smash in an interview, and he responded, "That's going to be a big no comment from me." Now we know Travis was coming to Smash, however not as a playable fighter, but a Mii costume. Suda51 tweeted, "Travis Touchdown will be joining Smash Bros. As a Mii fighter." Suda's no comment thing turning into a Mii for Travis sort of reminds me of that potentially leaked Vergeben message that said Heihachi was coming to something soon, and then we did end up getting a Heihachi Mii costume in Smash. Sometimes I feel like real info and speculation can end with a Mii costume, so something to keep in mind going forward when people hear character rumors for Smash, they might end up being true, but the character might just be a Mii costume and not a fighter. Getting the Travis Mii costume also furthers M-Theory a bit. In the North American presentation, his costume was revealed with a Smash Bros. X Travis screen instead of a Smash Bros. X No More Heroes screen. The presentation in other parts of the world did show the logo of the game, No More Heroes, and it's an M-rated game in North America, so again, these logos seem to be censored out of the presentations in North America, likely due to the ESRB rating board. This, of course, isn't the first time this has happened. Assassin's Creed was changed to Altair, and Fallout was changed to Vault Boy for the North American versions of the presentations. Again, this only seems to be happening for M-rated game series. For instance, the Creeper Mii we had showed its series logo, Minecraft, instead of Smash Bros. X Creeper or something. Of course, Minecraft is not an M-rated game, so this fits M-Theory. Speaking of Minecraft Miis, we got 3, Creeper, Pig, and Diamond Armor. Psycho Mouse on Twitter wrote, Hey Papa, just some food for thought, but the way the new Creeper and Pig Mii costumes' arms work makes me think Rayman has more of a possibility of being a deluxe Mii now. A lot of people have noticed this and have messaged me about it. Two of the Minecraft Miis we got have floating limbs, similar to what Rayman has. At Mitch Twitter KD wrote, and also I noticed the Creeper and Pig costumes had no visible appendages. This could be one of three things: Rayman in Smash, Rayman Mii costume, nothing at all. It shows that the Smash team also isn't concerned with needing Mii's appendages to work. So maybe Rayman could work as a Mii costume, since the Creeper and Pig already show floating limbs can happen for Miis. We already got some Ubisoft Miis with the Rabbids and Altair, so if Rayman was a Mii, I'd hope he'd be a deluxe Mii, and come with a music track and actually look like a fully rendered Rayman in Smash. On the subject of deluxe Miis, we got Bomberman as our deluxe this time around. With other Konami games like Metal Gear and Castlevania in Smash, it was a bit of a bummer Bomberman didn't become a playable fighter too. So this is very cool to see. Bomberman does not come with a music track, but he has alt colors mattering to the color of the Mii you made him with. Having alt colors for a Mii costume, especially one with a render this perfect, is about as close to a playable fighter as one can get. Maybe more alt color Miis could happen in the future. Bomberman is also the first deluxe Mii not to be a Mii Gunner. He's a Mii Brawler, so that's nice, as it felt a bit like Mii Gunner was getting all the attention here. Now, I do feel I should address that deluxe Mii is a fan term, so I use this term as it's the common vernacular among Smash fans. However, everyone seems in agreement that there is something different about these particular Mii costumes. But what exactly makes a Mii costume a deluxe Mii costume, what actually defines that term, is a little tough to nail down. Our first two deluxe Miis, Sans and Cuphead, both came with a music track, so most thought that was what made a Mii a deluxe. But then Vault Boy happened and didn't come with any music. So then I was thinking they all sort of had a mini reveal trailer and showed up at the end of the Mii costumes they were revealed with, and maybe those mini reveal trailers were something they all shared in common, so that was what was defining them as a deluxe Mii. Now, Bomberman has no music and no mini reveal trailer, and wasn't even the final Mii shown off, though he does have those alternate colors, so he's certainly unique among the Miis we got in round 7. I think what truly sets these Miis apart and makes them deluxe is honestly what they look like. They are distinguishable next to other Miis. Whether or not you know how they were revealed or what specific things they came with, you can tell they're different. Some people have described this as them covering the entire Mii fighter, but that isn't how I see it. They actually change the proportions of the Mii fighters to look exactly like these characters, rather than a Mii wearing a costume of that character. For instance, here's the Skull Kid Mii. I don't consider this Mii to be a deluxe Mii, although it covers up a good amount of the Mii fighter. Skull Kid also got an assist trophy, and as you can see, Skull Kid's limbs are different than the Mii limbs that are on the Skull Kid Mii costume. Had Skull Kid gotten a deluxe Mii, I think it would look exactly like the assist trophy Skull Kid. The proportions of the Mii fighters are actually altered to look exactly like the characters for the deluxe costumes, so Skull Kid probably would have looked 1-to-1 against the assist trophy. Speaking of assist trophies and Mii costumes, Bomberman is our first upgraded assist trophy character. Though it wasn't to a playable fighter, but one of these deluxe Miis, which are about as close to a character getting playable as we can get. Bomberman's deluxe Mii costume is exactly the same render as the Bomberman assist trophy. I'm curious to see if the Bomberman assist trophy will appear while the deluxe Mii costume is selected. Things might get confusing if it did. We already know that some assist trophy characters will not appear under certain circumstances, such as certain assist characters on certain stages, but this would be the first time we'd see DLC actually shutting off which assist characters can be summoned. Having Bomberman upgraded to a deluxe Mii at all, and especially if he shuts off the Bomberman assist trophy, could be very good news for the chances of assist trophy characters possibly being upgraded to playable fighters. Or at the very least, potentially more of them being deluxe Mii costumes. Among the assist trophy characters that could make excellent deluxe Miis, I think Shovel Knight is the frontrunner, and probably extremely likely to get now that we've seen Bomberman. If he does happen, I'd really hope we get a Shovel Knight music track with him. Shovel Knight is a little stockier than the deluxe Miis we've gotten so far, but I think he fits that bobblehead-looking body type all of the characters we've gotten so far have, and his horned helmet face wouldn't need emotions and expressions to look really good. We got another Mii costume here that also has a horned helmet. Gil, one of the few remaining missing third-party Mii costumes from Smash 4. In the last set of Mii costumes, we got Heihachi as a returning Smash 4 Mii costume, so these seem to be returning one at a time. There's a bit of a pattern going on here. Both Heihachi and Gil are Namco Miis. The only remaining one missing now is Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. Namco still only has Pac-Man as a playable fighter, and Bandai Namco actually helps to make Super Smash Bros., so it's a bit odd the company has so few characters on the roster, and Lloyd has been requested for Smash for a very long time. I find it a bit odd to give us Gil first and string fans along if Lloyd's Mii is returning. Honestly, it's sort of cruel to do it in that order. But we have had some highly requested characters remain a mystery for a long time before finding out they were something else. Like a lot of characters that we found out late into base game were actually just assist trophy characters. If the Lloyd Mii returns, maybe we'd get some other Bandai Namco character, or even a different Tails rep as a playable fighter, someone like Yuri Lowell. Though Sakurai was asked in an interview, the Tails series has 20 years of history, how did you decide on Lloyd for the costume? And Sakurai said, I'm not sure if there was any other appropriate choice. So it does seem like Lloyd would probably be the character he'd pick for a Tales of rep. These Namco Miis, however, aren't the only missing Smash 4 third-party Mii costumes. With the Gil Mii costume returning to Smash Ultimate, we now have 5 remaining missing third-party Mii costumes from Smash 4. Those are Geno, Chocobo, Lloyd, and 2 sets of Monster Hunter Miis. The Monster Hunter Miis are an odd case. Each are a set instead of a single costume, but if they return, I assume they would return as sets again. And the Rathalos Armor Mii costume is questionable whether or not that one was essentially upgraded into the Rathalos Assist Trophy and Boss. For instance, several of the old Mii costumes were upgraded to playable fighters, but some of the Mii costumes were also upgraded to Assist Trophy characters. So maybe this Rathalos Armor was upgraded into Rathalos Assist Trophy and Boss. It's hard to say if the Rathalos Armor or any of the Monster Hunter Miis will actually return as DLC costumes, or if getting Rathalos as an Assist Trophy and a Boss was an upgrade. Of course, Zero was upgraded to an Assist Trophy, and his Mii costume did return as DLC, so maybe the same thing will happen with the Monster Hunter Armor. We have 4 more characters for the second Fighter's Pass, and some people have suggested that with the way things are going, getting Heihachi with Min Min and Gil with Steve, we might get the remaining missing third-party Miis one at a time with each fighter in the rest of this pass. It's a possibility. Here's a chart for when these returning third-party Miis have happened so far, and how the remaining ones could potentially happen for the next 4 fighters. Lloyd, of course, is another Namco rep, and so far in the second pass, we've gotten a single returning Namco Mii costume with each fighter. Monster Hunter is a Capcom Mii, and sort of has an oddity here, being sort of 2 different costumes and 2 sets of 2 different costumes, mattering to how you look at it. We've had other Capcom Miis return with the first Fighter's Pass, so getting the Monster Hunter ones is of course a possibility, and they don't necessarily have to happen alongside a Capcom character. And then finally we have the Chocobo and Geno Mii costumes from Square, and those haven't returned yet either. Hero, our Square Enix DLC character, very strangely had the fewest Mii costumes show up alongside with him. Only 4. The most has been 6, so Chocobo and Geno could have shown up then, but they didn't. We've also gotten 2 Square Spirit events so far during this second Fighter's Pass, and we still have these 2 missing Square Mii costumes. Not that the costumes must return alongside a character from the same company, but it seems very likely a Square rep will happen at some point. Geno, of course, is a highly requested character for Smash, and my personal most wanted character. Dace Gamer wrote, I think Geno is in because I doubt they are adding a Mii so late in. They know how much demand there is for Geno, Sakurai has commented on it, and they've seen the ballot. I don't think their PR team would advise such a brutal placement. So essentially, Dace Gamer is just saying, if all they're going to do is return the Geno Mii costume from Smash 4, it would be awfully cruel to string fans along this long into the pass when they know it's one of the most wanted characters for Smash. So this is similar to what I was saying about Lloyd. If nothing special was happening with Geno, it's a bit cruel to string us along this long instead of just giving us the Mii costume back when we got Hero. So I hope Geno is either a playable fighter, and this drip feed of old Mii costumes happening one at a time is all build up to him as the final character in the pass, or at least have him be upgraded to like a deluxe Mii at the very end. Something building up to this. There are, of course, other highly requested Square characters people would love to see in Smash, like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. One possibility for how all this could end would be Sora as the final playable fighter, with Geno as an upgraded deluxe Mii costume alongside with him. Both are highly requested, and Geno has that body type that could work well for a deluxe Mii. Of course, so does Steve, and we got him as a playable fighter regardless. On Reset Era, Mondo Mega wrote, Fine, F it, Sora ain't in. Regulus Terra wrote, "This corroborates what Inrim said in a podcast a while ago." Mondo Mega went on to say, "If it makes Sora fans happy, Nintendo absolutely wanted him in Volume 2. The ball wasn't in their court though. In fact, stepping into Disney's court was too pricey. Can't say much else. I'm in hot water by saying this much." I tried to find out if Mondo Mega has a good track record for these kind of things, but unfortunately I wasn't able to find anything myself. On my Discord, Miles Edgeworth wrote, "Reset Era admins check to see if any leakers who use their platform have valid sources. So if he's not banned, I imagine that should imply he has some level of credibility." The information about Sora that they've been claiming seem to have been openly listened to by Reset Era, so I'll just leave it to you if you decide whether or not you want to believe it. Mondo Mega went on to write, "I just need to make everything perfectly clear before I head off to bed, because this whole thing is very stressful. That's the extent of the Smash info I'm privy to, nothing else. Now I go back to being regular Mondo, who knows nothing. I apologize for doing this in the first place." And I apologize to Mondo if this video gives more attention to this than they wanted, but when you make a big Smash claim like that publicly, these sort of things do get talked about. Anyway, another thing happening in speculation that I'll leave up to you guys whether or not you believe is something supposedly happening with Crash Bandicoot. Over on Twitter, @DatBabyGamer wrote, "Hey PapaGenos, I've heard people saying that Activision documents have leaked and the next step for Crash Bandicoot is Smash. I apologize as I cannot give any links and no images are out right now. All I can say is credible Crash leakers say it's legit. We'll see." And here's an image I was sent. It says, "An internal doc by Activision was leaked onto the internet and several credible leakers state it's real. Apparently the Crash roadmap is NST Switch, Nitro Fueled, Grand Prix, Crash on the Run, Crash 4, Crash and Smash." Deco on my Discord wrote, "Basically what happened last summer is that Activision accidentally leaked their 5-year plan for the Crash Bandicoot franchise online. According to the people who claim to have seen it, including one of my contacts, it's more or less mapped out their major plans for the series for 2017 to 2022. Crash and Smash was apparently part of the 2020-2021 plans along with the mobile game and Crash 4. Despite this leak happening last summer, I did some digging and Destructoid actually ran a rumor on this document a year and a half earlier. There are some articles out there about a 5-year plan for Crash Bandicoot. Those articles do exist, although they don't have any details for what that 5-year plan is, and don't have anything about Crash coming to Super Smash Bros., of course. This whole thing was summed up by Advance on my Discord. They wrote, "In an issue of Licensing Sourcebook Europe, a European publication focused on business and industry during spring of 2018, it was stated by Max Argyle, licensing manager of GBI, a toy company, that there was a Crash plan, and he stated the Insane Trilogy was coming to other platforms, along with a new 2019 entry being in the works, Crash Team Racing and its DLC, before their announcements." And here's the quote. It says, "The new game was a huge success at retail with no marketing spend. Next, it will be going broader, Switch and PC, and there will be another game in 2019. Activision has a 5-year plan for this, and GBI is delighted to be fully on board for all products." So with the existence of this 5-year plan public, a few news sites covered it. However, it appears the contents of this plan have leaked from a document, and it went as follows. Insane Trilogy was coming to Switch, Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled existed, all Nitro Fueled DLC, Crash mobile game, Crash 4, Crash in Smash 2021. Several reports have been claimed, most agreeing with the details of Crash Bandicoot for Smash in 2021, indeed being part of this Activision plan. Credits to Bezorcism for writing up the pin. Obviously, I'd love to get Crash in Smash, but this is sort of a foggy rumor. I haven't seen the document myself, so we will just have to wait and see if more info springs up about it. So far, right now, I'm a tad wary of believing it outright, but it is extremely interesting, and Crash in Smash would be amazing. So I was talking about my predictions going forward at the end of my After Steve video, and I said I'd like to do a video about my predictions for the Final 4 fighters. However, I have to take this back to the drawing board now. As with the Travis Me costume and all this other stuff, I need to alter my thinking here. So I would still love to do some lighthearted predictions for the Final 4 characters, just because that sort of stuff is fun to discuss. I'll likely do it in my next Pop Amiibo Hunter video, since the Joker and Hero Amiibos came out during all this craziness for Steve, and I haven't had a chance to talk about those Amiibos yet, or do that video. So I'll probably do those fun, lighthearted predictions there. I'll try and get that done pretty soon here. Alright guys, well that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. It seems like Smash is a total roller coaster ride lately. There's some new information like every day, or a new rumor or leak to discuss. It's just pretty crazy. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below. So once again, Thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. It really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.